In the realm of speculative battles between apex predators, few matchups are as bizarre and intriguing as a fight between a polar bear and an anaconda. These two titans, masters of entirely different worlds, embody the pinnacle of evolution in their respective environments. On one side is the polar bear, the undisputed king of the Arctic, a massive carnivore built for raw power and endurance, dominating a world of ice and frigid waters. On the other, the green anaconda, an apex predator of the Amazon rainforests, represents stealth, constriction, and the deadly silence of murky waters. In reality, these two would never meet. But imagining a clash between them in a neutral, swampy battlefield where neither holds a distinct environmental advantage sets the stage for an epic showdown of claws versus coils. Brute force versus lethal constriction. The polar bear, or Ursus maritimus, is the largest land carnivore on Earth. Adult males can weigh between 900 to 1.500 pounds, with some exceptional individuals reaching over 1.600 pounds. When standing on their hind legs, they can tower at nearly 10 feet, a wall of muscle, fur, and savage intent, built for both power and endurance. Polar bears possess a thick layer of blubber beneath their dense fur, not only insulating them against the biting cold but also serving as a natural armor against bites. Claws, and in this hypothetical scenario, constriction. Their forelimbs are massive, ending in paws equipped with 3-inch claws curved and sharp, designed to grip slippery ice and tear through flesh with terrifying efficiency. These claws, combined with their immense upper body strength, can deliver swipes powerful enough to crush skulls, snap spines, or disembowel prey in a single motion. Complementing this brutal arsenal is the polar bear's powerful bite, estimated at around 1.200 pounds per square inch (psi). Their jaws, built to puncture seals' thick hides and crush bones, can easily splinter a deer's leg or puncture the skull of a wolf. This combination of speed, power, and natural weaponry makes the polar bear a peerless predator in its icy domain. Polar bears are also exceptional swimmers, capable of covering over 60 miles in a single stretch of open water and diving for several minutes at a time. Their paws, partially webbed, act like paddles, propelling them silently through Arctic waters in pursuit of seals. Polar bears are solitary hunters by nature, relying on stealth, ambush, and overwhelming power to secure their kills. They are opportunistic and adaptable, attacking anything that promises a substantial meal when driven by hunger. This adaptability and willingness to take risks when starving are crucial in a hypothetical fight against an anaconda, a predator that embodies the antithesis of the polar bear's combat style, stealth, constriction, and deadly patience. The green anaconda, Eunectes murinus, is the heaviest snake in the world, with some individuals exceeding 500 pounds and reaching lengths of over 30 feet. Though not venomous, anacondas are apex predators, using sheer muscle and constriction to dispatch prey. Their bodies, thick as telephone poles, are lined with rows of powerful muscles that can exert pressures of up to 90 psi, enough to halt blood flow, crush bones, and suffocate victims within minutes. Their green and black spotted scales provide perfect camouflage in the murky waters of the Amazon, allowing them to lie in wait, virtually invisible, until the perfect moment to strike. An anaconda's hunting strategy is one of patience and precision. Submerged with only its nostrils and eyes above water, it remains motionless, an ambush predator par excellence. When prey comes close, the snake strikes with lightning speed, its recurved teeth hooking into flesh to secure a hold. From there, the coils come into play, wrapping with terrifying speed around the prey, each muscle contraction tighter than the last. Unlike most predators, an anaconda does not kill through blood loss or trauma but through suffocation. Every time the prey exhales, the snake tightens its coils further, preventing the chest from expanding. Within minutes, blood flow ceases, organs begin to fail, and the prey slips into unconsciousness. Imagining a neutral battleground, perhaps a swampy estuary where cold and warm waters mix, with shallow pools and dense vegetation, sets the stage for a battle of unparalleled ferocity. The polar bear, lured by the scent of potential prey, prowls cautiously through the knee-deep water, its breath rising in clouds of vapor. It is hungry, muscles rippling beneath its white fur, eyes scanning for movement, unseen beneath the water's surface. The anaconda lies motionless, its olive-green scales blending seamlessly with the algae and mud. A single eye, cold and unblinking, tracks the bear's every move. The attack would come without warning. In a sudden explosion of water and coils, the anaconda would lunge, recurved teeth sinking into the bear's flank, securing a hold. Coils, thick as tree trunks, would wrap around the bear's torso with shocking speed, muscles flexing with lethal intent. The polar bear, caught off guard, would roar in rage, powerful claws slashing wildly, gouging deep furrows in the mud and water. Those 3-inch claws, honed for tearing seals and disemboweling prey, would find purchase in the anaconda's scales, slicing deep wounds that bleed dark into the murky water. Here, the battle would hinge on timing. If the anaconda can secure enough coils around the bear to compress its chest, the fight would turn rapidly in the snake's favor. But the polar bear's immense upper body strength, capable of dragging seals from icy waters, might allow it to pry free before the coils tighten fully. Each swipe of those massive paws could strip scales and rip muscle, blood darkening the water with each strike. The bear's jaws, if they find purchase on the anaconda's neck or head, could exert a force strong enough to crush vertebrae, snapping the snake's spine with a wet, muffled crack. But the anaconda, if it manages to secure a complete hold, could turn the tide, muscles bulging beneath its scales. It would constrict, each pulse tightening with inexorable force. The bear, chest compressed, might find its strength waning as blood flow slows, vision dimming at the edges. Even then, the polar bear's claws, flailing blindly, might yet find the snake's head or eyes, raking deep enough to force the anaconda to release. The water itself would add complexity to the fight. While polar bears are adept swimmers, their mobility is significantly hindered in shallow, muddy pools. An anaconda, by contrast, is built for such environments, using the water's buoyancy to maneuver its immense bulk with surprising agility. Each minute that passes would tip the scales further in the snake's favor. As the bear's struggles weaken, its oxygen-deprived muscles faltering, in the end, the battle would likely come down to a single, decisive moment, a lethal bite to the skull or a constriction tight enough to crack ribs and halt the heartbeat. Blood would stain the swamp dark, steam rising in wisps from the polar bear's fur, the only sound the sluggish ripple of water and the ragged breaths of the combatants. In this clash of apex predators, claws against coils, brute force against lethal constriction, the outcome remains an open question. A savage testament to the brutal balance of nature.